Oh, he did it. He did. He totally did.
Glorious. No, I won't give in. I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend. And I'll do all I must. No, I won't give in. I won't give in. Oh, so glorious. Until the end. Until the end.
I think I should probably go through the Undertale roleplay first before I get to what really threw me over the edge. So what these people, they would do is, not only would they call each other by their names, but they would talk about open things from the video game as if it was in Dark RP. And they would talk to players like this as well, other players.
They even had him in there.
No. They even stayed in character when I had to confront them. The worst part is that it wasn't because they were being incredibly noxious with their fandom that I had to deal with them. I had to deal with them because they were abusing an exploit on the map. And their excuses for it were everything you could expect. They said that they had powers or something, determination, whatever the fucking bullshit.
Are you kidding?
I had to sit with about 10 people, all role-playing as Undertale characters, as this little 14-year-old me. No, that was, one of them said that. One of them said that my admin abilities wouldn't work because they had determination, and I banned him right on the spot, and they all started freaking out. Because, I don't know, did they actually think it would work? Like, that's the first thing I said. I said, did you actually think it would work? Some of them left. I would get to them, and the rest of them I had to ban. And then there was the breaking point of the Dark RP server.
Very well.
Now, oh, boys, that beat. Now everyone knows the classic social justice warrior, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite warrior.
And everyone knows that people who have different opinions and are in groups of large people, they tend to get into wars like the atheists and the Catholics did.
Yeah.
Well, let's do the classic war of. Now, what happened was, due to constant complaints about another admin who was abusing their powers, us admins weren't allowed to do anything other than gag and mute people for a maximum of 15 minutes.
Hey, what if shit? The rest of you are forced to be
Guess what? I found a problem with the map.
And so, if you want me to explain the two groups now, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this in the server what these two groups were. Nah, let's just take the social justice warriors and pit them up against a group of white supremacists in an all-out war in which I can only mute and gag them for 15 minutes at a time.
Why'd you stick around there for as long as you did?
After that, I left.
Okay, good.
I don't even know if they're banned to this very day. No, it was a group of people who said they were like... They had a lot of beliefs that in white people being better than everyone else. And then there was the exact opposite, really. There were the social justice warriors who, despite some of them being white themselves, really hated white people. So basically, it was just a bunch of people being racist, and there was absolutely nothing I could do about it. And then, of course, there was... Well, it's more what they said. Some of them had some really stupid theories about everything.
Well, welcome to the internet yet again.
Some of them were kids, some of them were squeakers. Surprisingly enough, dude, there was like someone who sounded like they were 8 years old, screaming the hard N at the top of his lungs.
Come on, bro.
Like I'm talking like this kid just fucking popped out of preschool, looked on fucking Google, found the word, and then just proceeded to go apeshit with it.
So every other 13-year-old.
Minutes left in the mission.
Yeah, after that I quit.
Left in the mission.
Not before, however, leaving a very distasteful review on their servers. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I could think of like 5 paragraphs. I wrote like a fucking 5-paragraph essay about how much I hated the server, thesis statement and everything, before I respectfully resigned. Really, all of the times that I have ever been, no, you're admin, you have a responsibility to do, and I mean, there were times where I honestly felt like I was making everything better for everyone else as an admin.
That's good.
But I'm just gonna be honest, Gmod is fucking shit. When it comes to people.
You a cheater! I need some help!
I had to like basically, then I moved on to a death run server.
You playing rough?
Oh, perfect.
I can play that game too!
And for the longest time, I had absolutely no idea that the server owner was a huge Five Nights at Freddy's guy, game theory guy. And of course,
You a cheater! Yo, Waddle Dee!
God, Zethy's gonna get so much fucking points for this.
Take this anymore!
So everything at first was normal. But there were 2 owners to the server. Both of them owned the server. And one of them, for the longest time, one of them didn't know that the other one was a huge fucking Five Nights at Freddy's fanboy. And the 2 went at it for a while in the server, according to the regular players. So, in order to settle their ordeal, they decided the best way to do that would be to mandatorily force every admin on the server to play role in their argument as a jury.
Oh, that's so fucking retarded.
So they forced me to do that, and the worst part is that they also forced us to watch YouTube videos. Some of them were fucking game theory, and I wanted to kill myself. Yeah, legit, that's like most of the shit that...
Oh, wrong person.
That's most of the stuff that he made me pull up. The Five Nights at Freddy's guy pulled up. Why is my adminship full of suffering?
Yeah.
Because I tried to be a good person in this world.
Mission failed.
I wanted to be a nice guy. This was after my TF2 toxicity.
Nice guy.
Yeah, so I thought that after my TF2 toxicity, I thought I'd start over with Gmod, and I thought that if I made the games like better for everyone else, I was doing a job of being a good person. And then I realized that everyone is shit, and then maybe the reason I was such a shitty person is because everyone else was a shitty person.
I'm sorry, PK. I didn't mean it.
Goodbye, Yoshi. So yeah, for a whole like, this argument lasted about a total of 40 minutes. We weren't allowed to talk, by the way. They'd gagged everyone on the server, muted everyone on the server. Only admins were allowed in, so that we could watch the 2 go at it.
That sounds like absolute autism.
We were allowed to talk once, and when I was allowed to talk, I just when I was sitting in the middle of 2 of them both looking at me, I said, "You're both fucking degenerates," and I left the server. Never to be seen
That's
again.
the right move.
So the 3rd server. The 3rd server was probably my longest adminship out of all the 4 servers. I was an admin there for about 8 months.
Embarrassing.
And it was. At first, I thought it was a nice server. You know, there was a couple stakers. I would show up as admin. I was like shining out. I would ban him. Was not really that noticeable of an admin because I never talked. But I was there and I made a noticeable difference. To where some people would say that I did a good job. Oh, rip Zeffy. Some people would say that I did a good job. And you know, I thought that this server was full of nice people. And then after 8 months of like awesome happy admin times for me, it turns out that a large group of the server, owners and admins included, loved to harass people on a high degree. I noticed the first instance when some guy who was a furry had joined the server, and he was instantly getting harassed by just about everyone in the server. So I was like, well, I have to be a good person. I have to respect who this guy is. He's a person just like the rest of us, and he deserves to have fun in the server. So I told those people, hey, stop fucking being rude to this guy. And I muted them. And then all of a sudden, there was a complaint on the forum about me that one of the higher-up admins came and talked to me about. He was like, this guy muted us for no reason. And I'm like, yeah, I did. You guys were fucking harassing the shit out of this guy for a half an hour. And legit, I got my admin powers revoked, and he said I'd get them back in a week for defending the fur fags, is what he said it was. And I was shocked. I really was. I thought everyone in the server was a bunch of cool people. And then all of a sudden they pull that fucking blanket from underneath me. So I stayed in the server for a couple more months. But it started to get worse. These guys started pressing their views on anyone. Anyone with a fandom was not safe. Anyone who vaguely had any difference in similarities than the admins. I kinda just ended up fading away in the server. I stopped showing up, became less active, and eventually ended up resigning from the server entirely. Then we get on to the last server that I got extremely pissed. Where I just went over the edge. I got pissed off by... It wasn't actually the admin server. It was actually just the players. Oh yeah, I get pissed off. I used to get pissed off very easily. And so... The problem with this server was... There wasn't that many admins on this server. This is the murder server. Because there's very few. The owner of the server was a furry. And of course, you know how people have very negative opinions of those people. He put me up as an admin simply because not only was I a respectable person who abided by the rules, but I was also not a fucking asshole who made fun of people because they were different than me.
Gigantic undefeatable army!
You know, I wasn't to make fun of someone because they were simply different. Because, in all honesty, it doesn't matter what fandom you're a part of. It matters on who you are as a person. And a lot of people that I've met who get judged because of their interests are really cool people. But nonetheless, onto the murder server, the people in the server were very clingy. I'm talking like adding the friend request. I got like 20 friend requests from people because I was on the admin list. And every little tiny thing that they got upset about. I'm talking like if they thought they got RDM'd by someone, if they thought that something was not good, or they needed to add a map, or they needed to remove a map, or they needed to add a mod, I would get a message about it. And I'm just like, oh my god, please stop.